Archangel Michael says, "Have you been feeling watched lately? Have you caught a shadow out of the corner of your eye, only for it to vanish? Did your chest tighten for no reason on the third night in a row? This isn't paranoia. This isn't overthinking. You have been observed for exactly 4 days. Not just by people, not just by coincidence, but by something deeper, something older, something that operates in silence and watches for weakness. And today, heaven has interrupted that silence. I am Archangel Michael, and I am not here to whisper. I am here to deliver the full truth. Yes, someone close to you has been compromised. And yes, something has been walking through your house when you thought you were alone. But I come bearing more than warning. I come bearing revelation. What was hidden in those last 4 days is about to be exposed in the next 4 minutes. Don't scroll past this. Don't say, "I'll watch this later." There is no later. There is a reason this message found you now, and not yesterday. 4 nights ago, your name was mentioned in a conversation that wasn't meant for your ears. A decision was made without your knowing. A spiritual watcher was dispatched. And for the last 96 hours, your atmosphere has been under review. But so is theirs. And now I've been released to speak. What you thought was imagination is intervention. What you felt but couldn't explain is your spirit finally catching up with the truth. This is your moment, and I am your sword. Now, let's begin. Archangel Michael says, this began 4 days ago. You didn't notice it at first. Not clearly, but something shifted in your atmosphere. A chill without a breeze. A door creaking when no one was near it. A feeling that eyes were on you, even when the room was empty. You were not wrong. You were not imagining it. For 4 days, there has been movement in the realm around you. Not just spiritual pressure, but surveillance. Not curiosity, but strategy. A watcher was assigned to you, not by heaven, by the enemy. And I was watching the watcher. They have been taking notes, not on what you do, but on what you believe. They studied your weakest thoughts. They traced the moments your hope dipped. They marked the hour you almost gave up. They are not here to kill you. They are here to dismantle you quietly, from the inside out. You need to understand, this is not about fear. This is about targeting. You have been marked as a disruptor in the spirit. And that's why, for the last 96 hours, a monitoring spirit has been circling your name. They aren't afraid of your voice. They're afraid of your decision, the one you are just about to make. And that's where I come in. I, Archangel Michael, do not intervene lightly. But on the first night of the surveillance, I stood at your window in the spirit. I heard your heart whisper, "Why do I feel so uneasy?" I drew my sword that night, because what you felt was the beginning of a spiritual assignment against your household. You need to know, the enemy does not waste surveillance on someone going nowhere. The fact that you were watched proves your importance. And for 4 days, heaven allowed it. To record, to expose, to prepare your defense. Yes, this was a trap. But it is now a failed trap, because tonight I expose it. Let me tell you exactly what happened. 4 days ago, someone thought of your name. Not with kindness, not with compassion. They thought of you as an obstacle. And in a moment of jealousy, they whispered your name into the wrong ears. That whisper triggered an assignment. A spirit of confusion was sent. To hover, to watch, to delay. Your phone's sudden glitches, the way your memory has felt foggy, the restless sleep, that wasn't just stress. That was spiritual interference. I saw it. I stood beside your bed and pushed back what tried to sit on your chest while you slept. I stood between your spirit and what was trying to crawl into your dreams. You thought it was insomnia. It wasn't. It was attempted invasion. But understand this. You are not alone. For each of those 4 days, I have sent angelic guards to intercept what was meant to reach you. You felt moments of sudden peace, unexplained calm. That was us. That was heaven intervening when darkness came too close. You're not crazy. You're chosen, and chosen people always attract watchers. Now hear me clearly. What was allowed to watch you has now been seen by me, and I've written down every detail. Not one whisper escaped my hearing. Not one stare was missed. The watchers have been observed, and their time is up. But now, I need something from you. I need awareness, because what the enemy couldn't stop in 4 days, they will now try to confuse. They know they've been spotted. They've felt my presence around your home. That's why today they are trying a final tactic: distraction. You will notice certain people acting strange, too quiet, too loud, too nice, too avoidant. These are not just moods. These are spiritual shifts caused by exposure. I need you to watch them, but not confront them. Just listen. They will expose themselves by what they say when they don't know you're listening. And when that moment happens, do not be shocked, because I've already prepared you. Tonight, the 4th day ends, and with its close, the watcher loses legal access. But you must declare it. Speak this out loud when you're alone. The watchers have been seen. Their permission is revoked. Michael stands guard now. Say it. Say it with fire in your spirit. Because when you speak in agreement with heaven, doors close that no enemy can reopen. I am not just standing near your home. I have entered your atmosphere, and everything that has moved in shadow these past 4 days will now face light. If you open your journal tonight, you'll feel something pull you to write. Do it. There's a word from God that will flow out of you as you write, and it will confirm what you've suspected all week. Don't be afraid to say what you've sensed, because discernment is not paranoia. It's prophecy in early form, and your spirit is prophetic. That's why they watched you. That's why they feared your next step. That's why I was sent. And here is your final warning. Before midnight, a choice will come. It may look small, a conversation, a knock, a message, but what you say or don't say will mark the next 7 days. Choose light. Choose awareness. Choose silence when needed, but never choose blindness. Because what has watched you for 4 days has now been marked by heaven. And Archangel Michael says, the sword has been drawn, the watcher has been named, the trap has been turned, and now, the chosen one rises. Type 44E4 to declare this watch has ended. Archangel Michael says, I must now speak plainly. You asked why things felt strange, why someone you once trusted suddenly changed their tone, why certain words spoken in passing seemed loaded, like they carried a second meaning. You weren't overthinking. You were being betrayed, quietly, secretly, and spiritually. 4 days ago, as your name was spoken in a room without your presence, another name rose beside it. A person close to you, one who has smiled, encouraged, maybe even prayed with you, but behind their voice was a different assignment. They've been reporting you, not in obvious ways, but in spiritual ones. They've been leaking your intentions, your ideas, your future steps, to someone else who wants to block them. You need to hear this. This betrayal was premeditated. It wasn't an accident. It wasn't a slip. It was part of a conversation held behind a digital wall, a phone call, a message, a meeting of 2 people, and your name was the focus. I was there in the spirit. I hovered above them, and when I heard the tone shift, I knew this message would need to reach you before it was too late. This person, the one betraying you, isn't new. They've been in your circle for years. They know your history, your habits, your insecurities. And that's exactly why the enemy chose them. Because betrayal never comes from a stranger. It comes from someone familiar, someone whose voice you once trusted. And for the last 4 days, their loyalty has been tested, and they failed. Let me be specific. There was a comment made about you that wasn't just petty, it was strategic, meant to plant doubt about your character, your calling, your competence. And worse, the person listening believed it. They now look at you differently, though they haven't said it yet. You'll notice it in how they stop telling you things. You'll feel it in the silence after your wins. You'll sense it in the delay of their responses. They've shifted, not because you did something wrong, but because they've been fed a crafted lie. Heaven calls this a seeded betrayal, when the enemy plants just enough doubt in a listener's heart to poison the relationship silently. And for 4 days, that seed has been watered. But I, Archangel Michael, am here to scorch the roots. Now listen very carefully. A mirror has been placed before you, not made of glass, but made of behavior. You are going to start seeing people reveal who they really are, even when they don't mean to. They will stutter when speaking about plans they once included you in. They will look away when you bring up spiritual things. They will flinch when you ask about certain events from this past week. This is not guilt in the flesh. It is guilt in the spirit. Because even if their mouth lies, their atmosphere can't. And here's the hardest truth I must deliver. They still love you. But their fear of your rising made them weak. They didn't mean to become a vessel for sabotage, but they opened the door. And once that door opened, the spirit of delay walked in and took notes. Yes, child. Delay has a spirit. It wears familiarity like a cloak. It hides behind fake encouragement. It mimics support, all while secretly binding your progress. And for 4 days, it has been standing beside you in the form of someone you trusted. But now, it is time to draw the line. Archangel Michael says, I am not just standing guard. I am investigating. And I've found what was spoken. There was an agreement made without your consent, something you were excluded from. But that affects your name, your resources, and your destiny. It involved either finances, opportunity, or decision-making power, and you were deliberately kept out of it. They told themselves you wouldn't mind. They convinced others it wasn't betrayal. But heaven saw the intention, not just the action. And intention reveals loyalty long before action confirms it. Do not confront them yet. Just observe. Within the next 48 hours, you'll hear something. It will come through a comment not meant for you, a screenshot, a slip of the tongue, a forwarded message, or even a dream. When it happens, don't doubt it. That is your confirmation. The betrayal is real. The words were spoken. And the enemy used someone in your circle to try and delay your breakthrough by confusing your alignment. But I, Michael, am shifting that now. You're wondering why this hurts so deeply. Because your spirit knew. Your spirit has been weeping before your mind could catch up. That's why you've been irritable. That's why your sleep has been broken. That's why every compliment lately has felt fake. Your intuition wasn't failing. It was on fire, trying to alert you to what I'm confirming now. You are not crazy. You are discerning. And discernment is the weapon heaven uses to unmask pretenders. Here is your directive now. Do not withdraw in fear. Do not retaliate in anger. Do not gossip in return. Just pray. Just watch. Just align. I will do the rest. The exposure is already in motion. And heaven does not unearth betrayal without offering deliverance and reward. You are about to be removed from this sabotaging cycle, not by force, but by elevation. God is preparing a new space for you, a new table where every seat is earned, not assumed. And the person who betrayed you? They will watch you rise and feel what they forfeited. Final instructions. Before the next sunrise, speak this. God, reveal what was whispered about me. I stand under heaven's light. I walk with Michael's protection. No secret can bind me anymore. And then, go in peace. Because the betrayal that was meant to break you will now announce you. The knife in your back has become the platform under your feet. Type 777 if you receive this exposure and declare, I walk in full truth now. Archangel Michael says, the time for hiding is over. For 4 days, the watchers circled, the betrayers whispered, the enemy plotted in shadows. But tonight, The heavenly scroll is unsealed. I am here to declare, nothing hidden will stay buried. I have stood at the gates of heaven, holding the sword of truth over your name, and I tell you, what was once cloaked in darkness will now be illuminated by the blazing fire of divine exposure. Do you understand what this means? It means that the lies, the secrets, the half-truths, the manipulation, all of it, will come into the light. I am the sword that cuts through deceit. I am the shield that guards your name. I am the voice that speaks when silence would have killed your spirit. I have seen the hidden papers, the erased texts, the deleted calls. I have heard the conversations you were never meant to overhear. I have watched as deception tried to mask itself in sweetness and familiarity. But I see it all, and I will reveal it all. Tonight, you will witness signs. A forgotten message will resurface. A voice will be heard, unexpected, undeniable. A truth will be spoken aloud, cutting through the fog of confusion. I tell you now, prepare to receive what has been kept from you. You may find a document, an old letter, a recorded conversation, or a confession. You may hear words spoken in anger or in fear, but those words will bring freedom. Do not ignore these signs. Remember, this exposure is not punishment. It is liberation. It is the breaking of chains forged in silence. It is the shattering of walls built on lies. The enemy hoped to keep you blind, stuck in cycles of doubt and confusion. But God has other plans. You are standing at a spiritual crossroads. The path of truth is illuminated before you. Will you step into it? Will you receive the full revelation? Or will you cling to shadows? Know this: when truth is revealed, healing begins. When lies are exposed, freedom is born. When betrayal is uncovered, justice will follow. I urge you to open your heart, to open your mind, to open your eyes. Do not be afraid of what you will discover. Because I am here, sword drawn, ready to fight for you. Every exposed lie is a stepping stone to your victory. The battle has shifted. The watchers are now the watched. The betrayers are now exposed. And you, beloved child, are the one whom heaven crowns with truth. Speak these words aloud. Archangel Michael, lead me into the light of truth. Reveal what must be revealed. Protect me as I walk in the fullness of God's justice. In this moment, you are not alone. Your spirit is surrounded by a host of angels ready to defend you. There is a light brighter than any darkness. There is a truth stronger than any lie. There is a promise from God that your breakthrough will not be delayed. Prepare yourself. What comes next will shake the very foundations of your life, but it will also rebuild what was broken. Trust in the divine process. The exposure is necessary. The healing is near. The victory is yours. Type 999 to declare your readiness to walk in full truth and divine protection. Archangel Michael says, the battle has moved. The spiritual war is no longer distant. It is at your doorstep. You have been watched for 4 days. You have been betrayed in silence. And now, the enemy comes to test you one final time. But hear this clearly. You are not defenseless. I stand with my sword drawn, my wings spread wide, my fire ready to consume all that dares to challenge you. Tonight your home becomes a battleground, not of bricks and mortar, but of spirit and destiny. I am the commander of heaven's armies, and I have declared war on every force seeking to steal your peace. You will sense the shift before you see it. A heaviness in the air, a flicker of lights, a sudden chill that isn't cold. These are not accidents. These are spiritual markers, the enemy's last attempt to invade. But I am here to tell you, no weapon formed against you will prosper. The battle is fierce, but the armor of God is your protection. Clothe yourself now. Put on the belt of truth, the breastplate of righteousness, the shield of faith, the helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit. You must be vigilant, because the enemy will try to confuse, to make you doubt, to make you hesitate. But you are stronger. You are anointed. You are chosen. Listen closely. Before midnight, a decision will be placed before you. It may come in the form of a word spoken, a message received, a confrontation, or even a silence that says more than words ever could. Your response will decide the outcome of this battle. Will you stand firm in faith? Will you refuse the lies? Will you call upon the power of heaven to defend you? I tell you now, stand firm. Raise your spiritual sword. Declare your victory. Remember, this battle is not just for you. It is for your family, your future, your legacy. The enemy wants to steal more than your peace. They want to steal your purpose, your destiny, your joy. But they cannot. Not while I stand with you. Not while you choose the armor of God. In the quiet moments before midnight, speak these words. By the power of God and the sword of Archangel Michael, I declare no evil shall enter my home. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I am protected. I am victorious. Know that with each word, the enemy's hold weakens. With each declaration, your walls strengthen. This is your final warning, your last chance to prepare, your moment to rise. I am here. I am watching. I am fighting for you. Do not ignore the signs. Do not dismiss the feelings. Do not delay your obedience. Type 111 to activate your divine protection. The battle is real. The victory is certain. And the dawn of your breakthrough is near. Archangel Michael says, "This is not a message to take lightly. You have been watched. You have been tested. You have been prepared. The enemy's plan has been exposed. And now, the choice is in your hands. Will you stand in truth? Will you declare your victory? Will you allow heaven's light to flood every shadow in your life? Remember this. The 4 days of watching are over. The divine battle has reached its climax, and no darkness can stand before the light of God's warrior. You are not alone. I am here. My sword is drawn. My wings shield you. My fire burns away every chain. Speak the words of power I gave you. Claim your protection. Claim your breakthrough. Claim your legacy. Because this night marks the beginning of your new season. Do not delay. Do not doubt. Do not hesitate. Type 444 or 777 right now to seal this victory. Declare with your spirit, I walk in divine protection. I walk in full truth. I am victorious. This is your moment. This is your call. The time is now. Your breakthrough is here. And I, Archangel Michael, am with you every step. Stand strong. Fight fiercely. Rise victorious. The full truth is inside you now. Will you embrace it?